You get that now? So they can fly from Nigeria. You can have a stopover in that country that Tifnumbu gave them free education and sent nurses and doctors to be paid for by Nigeria to their country. What's that country's? What's the name of the island again? Anyway, there was a call in Brazil. Everything else that you're probably going to read about it are just going to be the other cooked up lies to let you know that Tifnumbu's reform is coming back later. Not now, it's coming later. So if you are struggling right now, don't worry. Just pray that that struggle no kill you. Here you get. So, and if it kills you, right, maybe your children will enjoy it. That is the message that Tifnumbu's handlers and others are sending to Nigerians. Right. Here is the Ojulari, the NNPC GMD appointed by Tifnumbu, almost got removed by Tifnumbu's paramour, and then he got saved by rats. Now, he was talking about the oil theft in Nigeria. And I think we've said that on this platform before as well, right? Those who are stealing Nigeria crude oil, they are not just some unemployed youth hanging about in Niger Delta with buckets to steal crude oil. This is an organized crime against Nigeria that involves, as they say it, international syndicates with their local collaborators, the insiders. So Julari was talking to the security guys, talking about the increased in surveillance and other stuff. And I just thought I should probably just add it to this chat tonight. Something for, yeah.
Vital resources, which remain the backbone of our economic growth. Therefore, this gathering is a strategic avenue to strengthen military chiefs of defense staff, support and collaboration across the continent, and to develop strategic security architecture that are fit for purpose, aligned with our continental aspirations for growth, development, and security of lives and property. Security forms a key pillar of the energy business and therefore plays a very important and strategic role in achieving our national, regional, continental energy security goal. I'm speaking as the head of the largest national oil company on the continent, the NNPC Limited. We have seen the benefits of the collaboration within the security space with significant improvements in our operating environment. The dilapidating impact of crude theft, low pipeline availability, and attacks are issues that have becoming stories of the past for us. And this has come from the immense and intentional efforts of our government security and intelligence agencies across the nation, and in particular within the Niger Delta. Today, I can proudly report to you all that our pipelines and terminal receipts of crude oil that was somewhere as low as 20-30% some periods back, we are attaining close to 100% due to the support of the security forces and the intelligence agencies. Again, this achievement would not have been possible without the professionalism, the discipline, the collaborative spirit of our defense and security institutions. We at NNPC Limited hold this partnership in the highest regard. We also know that crude theft and its attendant illegal activities are by no means a purely localized occurrence. Rather, these operations involve sophisticated international syndicates that take advantage of gaps within the states. national, regional, and continental security architecture to conduct their illicit activities. It is therefore imperative that forums such as these are encouraged with a view to strengthen strategic, tactical, and operational activities within the continent. Africa must take its destiny into its hands and chart a collective way forward that meets the goals and aspirations of our people. As stakeholders within the energy industry and in
he has no job. He has.
It's just what's there. Everything there is just a word salad. Okay. It's like sitting in a room and you are facing the thieves. So you are pressing them. At the same time, you are asking them to please increase their surveillance of those who are stealing the crude oil, who themselves are international syndicates that works with the internal saboteurs. Nigerian soldiers, right, have been caught in active oil bunkering, right? Nigerian Navy, they have been caught guiding, providing security for a vessel that just stolen crude oil from Nigeria. These events are publicly documented. They are not being made. I'm not making it up. They are publicly documented. So if the NNPC chair says, well, you know what, we have a reduced oil theft, but we still have oil theft. So we just need the military, the security guys to improve their work. You are doing well so far, but we just want you to possibly cut down the stealing. That is how messed up Nigeria is. Okay. When Ojulari leaves the room and he's in his car, probably with somebody close to him, he will ask them, what do you think? Do you think that message is all right? Like, did you watch their faces? Like, were they angry? As well, when those guys inside the room also leaves, the culprits who are responsible for the stealing of Nigeria crude oil, or at the same time attending the security meeting on how to stop the stealing of Nigeria crude oil. So when they leave, they will be asking themselves, do you think he meant what he said? And they will laugh and say, well, even if he meant it, how is he going to carry it out without us? So he's still going to need us. So in the long run, it turns to business as usual. Nigeria loses, but they win. Because that's what they have been doing so far. Privatizing the Nigerian, national resources and the proceeds from it. Okay. Then leading the country to the path of indebtedness, a perpetual one. It is their modus operandi. So by the time, the former guy that's the Mele Kyari guy. He hasn't been arrested. He's on the run since he left the office after doing everything to satisfy Tifnumbu by putting up all these fake news. For example, the entire media attention given to the fraudulent Port Harcourt refinery, Warrior refinery, the two refineries that Mele Kyari spent over $3 billion in fixing, right? He did all of that to quickly, they bought a generator, started the entire plant, turned it on, and they took videos, brought in trucks, made them believe that they are loading from the gantry. The gantry of the newly refurbished refinery. Then a few days after that, it got shut down. 2 weeks after that, they announced that the newly refurbished refinery is now going back to maintenance. So they've shut it down since, they've shut it down since April or thereabout for maintenance. So Mele Kyari ran away from Nigeria since then. It was the time they said he was in Qatar There was a time they said it was in UAE. And there was another time that they said it was in London. Nobody knows where he is exactly, but the government of Nigeria know where he is. So currently, they said they've frozen about 4 bank accounts of his with the balance of over 660 million naira bank account linked to him. So by the time Ojulari is going to be done, the story is going to be the same. How many of you remember Maiyegun Baru? Yeah, the guy that died during the COVID, that short man. Yeah, the guy appointed by Bukwari. The one that took the supposed check, paid by the new or the extended licenses, the oil block licenses. And they paid. This was in 2016. Bukwari was a vegetable in London. Abba Kyari was alive then, remember? Maiyegun Baru, Abba Kyari, they are dead now. $25 billion supposed renewed license fee. Till today, nobody is even asking for the money. Among other money that got so stolen by this NNPCL, Abina NNPC. So Nigerians have always been losing. While the same supposed, the biggest oil company or national oil company in the entire Africa, right, also remain the only oil company in the whole world that has never made any profit. Melek Yari and his gang, at a point like Tifnumbu, just to make Tifnumbu look good, they were doctoring all these statistics, all these numbers. And they said, oh, for the first time, we have made a profit. How? Where is the money? The money, the profit, or whatever it's called, nobody can actually see out there where it is right now. So the whole business is just like somebody will come in and tell you, we have to do it differently. What they are doing here is not right. But it's all lies, just words. So then they said, oh, this Ojulari came and said, you know what? The refineries are not working. How? They were working. They were just fixed. They told us it's working. No, it's not working. Oh, really? Then what's going to happen to people like us that they called enemies or the bearers of bad news? The people who don't want Nigeria to excel just by asking questions about their supposed feats, achievements. So they called us names. They called us enemy of Nigeria. They always call me that though, the Ronukus especially. But most of the time, I have always been right? Because just ask questions. You can see through these guys. It's not that hard. But they have done so well in gaslighting the people to make them feel like asking questions means you are unhappy or you hate the place. Why the real enemies of the place have been allowed to get away with all kinds of crimes, It's crazy. So that's how they run it, right? Then Ojulari came and said, oh, yeah, the refineries are not working. In fact, you know what? I don't want to take Nigerians through the same path we've always been, and that is to go and borrow money. They borrowed money to fix those refineries. Do you understand? Nigeria is so broke that the supposed NNPC that should, oh God, I'm going deeper now, and I have to. Okay, so take a look at it this way. When Nigeria was extracting, should I say, 1 million barrels, okay, the NNPC of Nigeria automatically just swallowed the money. But when you start doing the calculation, right, even though Nigeria doesn't really extract our own crude oil, it just takes rent. I think it's a 40 or 45% or something. And then they take taxes from these oil companies as well, just to augment whatever it is they are getting from the crude oil, right? So if you have 1 million barrels every day, 1 million barrel of crude oil, and that is what these oil companies are declaring. Not like Nigeria actually have the data of every oil cap, oil block cap. That cap is when they drill the crude oil, right? At the top, they cap it. So if they remove the cap, they have the drill, and that's when they start pumping it. So that's what you have as an oil block from that moment. So every tap, they can tell you how deep and what is the deposit. Oh, this one has 1 million barrels. Or this place, so it's got a capacity for 200 million barrels. So like that is like tank like that. Sure you get. So just think about it this way: 1 million barrels at $70 per barrel every day. That is $70 million every day. So if you have a 30 days, for instance, 30 days, that's going to be how much? 7 million times 30 days. That's going to be 210 million dollars. Is that? Yeah, it should be. So 210 million dollars, right? That will possibly give Nigeria at least 45% of that. So that should probably give Nigeria something around 100 or 95 million dollars in the long run, I think. My math is rusty, right? However, when you now announce that you are making more, okay, that you are making more, or you are pumping more crude oil, right? So now let's go to 2 million barrels. So 2 million barrels of crude oil, automatically using that same calculation, right, can be put as at $420 million. So from that $420 million, maybe Nigeria will still get like $180 million. And overall, Nigeria may actually get up to $200 million, right? That's not a lot of money though. That's why I'm thinking my math is very rusty. But using the data I've provided, we are still within reach. So you can then use the right data, the right figures in that same formula. You get where I'm going, right? So 55% of the Nigerian oil proceed doesn't go to Nigeria, it goes to these oil companies. So Nigeria gets 45%. From that 45%, they have to divide it into three: the federal, the state, and the local governments, right? Now, these guys went to go and take a loan of $3.5 billion, okay, to fix their refineries. While they lied to people that they are fixing refineries, for these years when Mele Kyari was your GMD of NNPC, right? So all this proceed of money, whether not 200 million or whether not $100 million or whatever it is, so all this money, right, they were completely phased out. They were meant to be remitted into the federation account to bind and no remit. Together now. So bind, that means no shishi was remitted because they said they were using the money to pay for fuel subsidy. So when Tifnubu came and removed their subsidy, right, it was more or less like, okay, what are they going to say they are using the money for right now? I don't know. Then it came back to be a lie that their refineries are working. No one has been arrested so far. No one is going to be arrested or jailed anyway. Because while you are still wondering about how much those ones stole, right, you realize that the ones that replaced them, they are already continuing from where those ones stopped, which makes it, Oduduwa Emefiole, another guy who is running their economy in that contraption, is their central bank governor, Kadibi or Kadobi, Oduduwa Emefiole. That one, right, when they first came, is part of those who created the lies that Tifnubu cleared Forex, right? The lies around that, I've kind of like, exposed that a while back, okay? And they're just too many. And they love repeating them. As long as they keep repeating and repeating and repeating them, unfortunately, they started believing them. They started believing their own lies. For me, I'm going to recap it. So when Tifnubu came, if you will remember, the international airlines operating in Nigeria, they couldn't take their money out of Nigeria simply because Emefiole, Bokwari, they have stolen and looted the money. Yeah. And how did they do that? You see, when you buy your airline ticket,